Okay, we are good. It wouldn't be
Yay.
a true stream
Right, without some little
without
audio.
audio. I think
Well, the thing is, we've had a good run. It's
like
been
last 2 or 3 streams.
maybe 4 or 5?
4, 5, 7, 8.
We had it on lockdown
all,
for a while.
All the
of them.
streams.
All of them were perfect,
Nobody
yeah.
knows.
A wizard arrives on time.
There's no history.
By the way, did I tell you? I don't know why this cake is themed dinosaurs, but look at the little dinosaur.
It is so cute.
Is that
It is.
awesome?
It is really cute.
Like I look at this and I just think to myself,
Stegosaurus, and I was like, "Ah, oh no, it's a T-Rex! Oh."
okay, and we're done. And scene.
Ashes of creation. Dinosaurs confirmed.
Sorry about that, guys. So, anyways, we have a cool stream planned for you guys today. We're going to be answering a lot of questions.
Yes.
Because we know that you guys have lots of questions and we can never really get to them all. But there is a thread on the forums that we'll be going through, getting some questions from there. Additionally, there is excuse me. Additionally, there is a channel set up in our Discord. If you're not on Discord, please, by all means, go and get on our Discord. It's discord.gg/Ashes of Creation.
I was like, you got this.
No,
don't
I
you?
got that. I got a lot of things going on. Okay, but to start, we'd like to give you a little bit of an update. We have our technical director right now attempting to fix the television that we look at normally to see what you're seeing, but we cannot see anything other than this beautiful landscape.
It's very beautiful.
I don't know where that is.
But I feel blind.
You know, it looks like that scene in Starship Troopers where they have the, well, a lot more vegetation, but where they have little flying bugs coming to town.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so, a lot of exciting things going on. We are knee-deep in some combat design and implementation, developing fully the action side of the game.
Yeah, we've been up to our elbows in action. We're really trying to make that feel good, reactive, to make that character feel like they are an extension of you. So a lot of effort in trying to make that happen and make that feel good.
Right.
Obviously, it takes a lot of iteration to get right, but we've been doing playtests almost every day here in the office.
Oh, yeah.
And
they're fun and loud.
they've been real loud, especially at the end of matches. Like everybody gets real into it. So
And a little energetic.
It's cool because when you're this close to a project, often that doesn't happen. So I think that means that we've found some real fun in it, and yeah, we're
Now, I do see in chat, some people are like, show us. You will see footage next stream.
next stream.
So next stream, you will see combat footage next stream. Right now, it is still extremely early,
It's a little raw,
a little raw.
Yeah.
And by little, we mean, you know,
considerably raw.
raw, which is fine. But it feels very good at the
Yeah.
state right now. And you know, as we told you guys earlier, you know, a whole part of this phase 1 to alpha 1 is implementing the action side of combat in an arena setting.
Right.
That's what's going to allow us, you know, to bang on the servers with connections, people getting in, to, you know, putting matchmaking components into it,
Moving people around.
moving them around, getting it regionalized on some cloud hosting servers and stuff, you know, around the world.
It's going to be our biggest test so far. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
going to be huge. I mean, we're going to have how many people are signed up for it?
Well, we have just over 7,000 or 8,000, I think, that are signed up right now that have purchased into Alpha 1.
Right.
Now, I mean, the big component, what's really you're going to feel traditional as an alpha for an MMO is that persistent world server where you have character progression. That's phase 2. That's going to be later. We haven't announced a date for that yet, obviously. But our first phase, which is that arena, heavily action-oriented, that's going to be
PvP focused.
PvP
Yeah.
focused this fourth quarter. So, you know, we did announce, I think it was last week, we made an announcement that we will be ending Alpha 1 sales this month. So this is the last month that we will allow for the purchases of Alpha 1 Intrepid packs.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is, you know, as a Western developer, you know, we're not porting a game that's already been played and launched live in an Eastern audience or elsewhere to the West. We're actively in development of this game, and not a lot of players, you know, whoops,
Hang on, there's gonna be some echo.
The TV works now, but there is mute. Okay, there we go.
Nice.
So, anyways, our target number for Alpha 1, especially on that persistence server,
Right.
is below, we want to have 10,000 people.
Right. We don't want it more than that at this
Exactly.
moment.
We want to focus on one server potentially, and our concurrent numbers that we announced are between 8 and 10,000 that we want to have at launch per world server. So we want to have 10,000 players from our community who are participating in Alpha 1, and that's why we will be suspending the Alpha 1 packages sales at the end of this month.
Yeah.
Yes. So, in addition to that, however, we did announce that we have brought on board some very talented developers. Many of them were from Daybreak.
Yep.
And we actually have also additionally brought people working on the project now in Kuala Lumpur, in Malaysia, as well as in France,
Yeah.
just north of Paris. So that brings our total hands on the project to over 100 people.
Yeah, I mean, compared to last year, that's 10
That's
times growth. Like, it's
crazy.
pretty insane.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. In 1 year's time, we've gone from 12 people on the project to over 100.
Well, we wanted to be really aggressive, right? So, I mean, this is kind of what we had to do, and it's been working out really well for us. So.
Absolutely, yes. And I think one of the most unique things I think about our project, and I saw obviously articles got written up last week from our press release, and one of the articles was Ashes of Creation is now one of the largest MMOs currently in production.
Which is crazy to me.
Yes.
I don't understand that, but I guess it's true. I mean, if you take a look at the state of the genre and what people are doing, I guess it makes sense. It's these giant teams that are creating, they don't exist anymore. Not the same way anymore.
Right, and I think that's because studios, developers, publishers haven't really innovated nor built new projects in the MMO genre outside of staple IPs, right?
Right.
Like, you have the Final Fantasies, you've got the Guild Wars, you've got, WoW, you've got, these large IPs.
But all of those have been around for a while, right? So it's
exactly.
You don't see a lot of these new ones except for independent studios like us. So
yes.
it's a rough genre. It's hard to understand it, but it's also it's kind of cool for us.
Yes, it's pretty cool. So that's cool news. Additionally, we did announce that we will be bringing on board an additional 21 developers for our studio here in San Diego.
Yep.
And we'll begin that search next month, I believe.
This is impressive.
What are you doing?
Oh, I had it for a second.
What's happening?
Well, there was a cat. Now it's gone.
Oh, there's a cat. Oh, cats. I'm sorry. I thought you were like trying
Steven's
to
just
DJ.
kinda-
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. Okay. Anyways, so we're announcing those new developers. One of the great things about having such an involved community, by the way, with you guys, kind of going out and spreading the word for the game, it helps us appeal to developers of a very high caliber, very veteran developers who we have on the team now. And we'd like to continue to bring those developers on board to make this project really the best it can possibly
I mean, we're looking for super talented people. Being an independent studio, it's a bit of a risk for somebody who's looking for a job to, sign up with us. I mean, we've got a great benefits package and all that stuff, but it's always a risk. And the more legit we look, the more you guys say like, hey, these guys are doing something cool, the cooler it's going to seem to people who apply for us.
The more leverage we have really to appeal to those senior veteran developers, which is what we want to do. We want to bring on board the best possible. We've already brought on board the best possible. We want to continue to do that. So very excited about that. Okay, we do have a little bit of footage to show you. I think it's about a 3-minute long video. Again, this is not combat. I know everybody always states, show us what's inside the box. Well, no, show us the combat. Show us the combat. That's going to be on the next stream. So you will see combat next stream. You will see, and well, I can't announce that. But anyways, you will see combat next stream. So what we will show you, however, now is a preview of some of the new areas in one of our Alpha 1 maps.
Yep.
And yeah, you guys can take a look at that. And yeah, you guys can take a look at that. The water guy's here. Somebody.
Hi, everyone.
Somebody.
I'll go. I'll do it.
Oh, guys, I'm
Jeff
so
is so
sorry.
focused.
Our water guy just arrived in the middle of the stream, so Jeff had to grab the water at the door.
That's awesome.
Anyways, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed watching that. That is all in-game footage. It's all in-game environment. It was rendered on a 970, I believe,
Yep.
And it is getting client side on our tests. We're getting like max cap frame rate.
Yeah.
So this is, you know, I know you guys know this because you're following the game, but you know, part of this development is really taking an MMORPG to the next stage of evolution when it comes to graphical fidelity,
Yep.
when it comes to this beautiful
Lush,
world.
deep.
Yes, and detailed environment around you. And we have an incredibly talented environment team. We have incredibly talented artists across the board. So, you know, we want, you know, part of our commission to them as, you know, designers, engineers, myself, is go all out.
Right.
Like, you know.
Do what you do best.
Do what you can do, exactly. Do what you do best. And make this a place that I want to be immersed in,
Yeah.
that I want to live in. That's what they are doing. And you can see just by the quality of these videos, you know, what type of game we're building, which is exciting.
Yeah, super exciting.
Pretty cool.
Every step forward we take is just like, it always feels like another giant leap forward.
Yes, absolutely. Cool. So we have some questions that we could probably get to. I can open up here on our forums. We'll start with the forum questions.
So. Okay.
Yeah. Unless there's anything else. Is there anything else that am I forgetting?
I'm trying to think.
We have some what?
Oh, we have images.
Do
Yes.
we have some images? I didn't. Oh yeah, that's right. We do have some images. We can take a look at some of the images. Oh, okay. So this is a this is a bridge in one of the environments. And
You can almost see the person who's behind us.
oh yeah,
might
that's
be
a
working on
Tad behind us, who was a former team lead, I believe, on H1Z1, and Devin we brought on board this last month was also a environment lead over at Daybreak.
it. And you can see
so
here some
Alvin-
of the lighting passes that we've done to try and improve the look of everything. Is kind of what you're seeing here.
Yeah, you want to talk about these a little bit? Let me find the questions.
Sure. Here is a cemetery.
Also by Tad.
What?
Also by Tad.
Also by Tad. From a long, long time ago. Some people died here.
Sad.
Yeah.
I don't know if they died right there.
Well, they were brought there.
They were
Yeah, over time. These are some interstitial structures made by John. These are kind of defensive areas and some new
He's got
texture
some
work
really
that
cool,
John's
yeah,
done.
He's got some cool effects on them too.
Cool. All right, I have some questions from the forums. From Nagash asks, will there be ghost towns? For example, when a node is destroyed, will its inhabitants become undead?
That's pretty rad.
Yeah, it's pretty
but I don't think that's going to happen.
No, first, there will be ghost towns in the sense that undead does exist.
Yes.
And there are some ghosts potentially.
And they might have towns.
You have incorporeal, and corporeal undead, and they will be in the game. However, they will not be a result of a node being vanquished.
Yeah. Now we'll keep track of those
yeah.
those vents, right? So that you can go and check out the history of what happened on the world, and you can see that node was sieged at this time and it got destroyed at this time.
Nagash is not the god of undead in Warhammer?
Oh, yeah, it is actually.
Very thematic.
Oh, yeah, Warhammer, that's Nagash, that's true. I forgot about that. I remember the expansion. They brought out,
Yeah, Tomb Kings.
the Tomb Kings, they had Nagash. Okay, BC Giant asks, how will you make instanced raiding competitive compared to games like WoW?
Competitive? Like you mean in terms of would I rather play an AOC raid versus
WoW
a
raid.
WoW raid?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of that stuff just has to do with how fun you make it, right? I mean, obviously we would love to compete with WoW on that stage.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of designers here who have made raids like that before. So, I mean, it's certainly a target of ours to crush them.
Absolutely.
but-
I think one of the design elements that we're implementing into our raids is that the raid will not be exactly the same every single
Right.
time, right? You're going to have variables that can't necessarily be pre-planned out for. You can pre-plan out for a lot of the raid, like how many DPS do you need and healers and support, and where they're going to
Right.
be positioned and all that kind of stuff. But I think the compelling aspect of Ash's rating will be the difficulty in achieving this content and having that content change from session to session as well.
Yeah.
We want there to be variables that get manifested by, what type of node got developed elsewhere. Is he going to have acolytes or cultists?
Right.
What will the acolytes have skills available to them? will
What
the
kid is the
cultists
boss
do?
going to have?
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
So,
what available skill repertoire will the boss be able to
what
use?
mood is he in today?
Yes, 100%. So those are all, in the back end of a raid. What you're not seeing in the back end is that a lot of those systems are influenced, obviously, by world development. So the raid kind of takes into account at what stage has the world developed. Are there 2 metropolises now available in the world?
Right.
Okay, well, let's activate this skill and this skill now. You have 5 metropolises. Well, now all these skills have been activated.
Are they all economic
Yes,
nodes? Are they
exactly.
all military nodes? We can change things based on that stuff.
And it really is a threat assessment from the environment against the players.
Right.
Whenever you have a player versus environment setting, you don't want a stagnant, kind of overly repetitive.
Right.
Because it's lackluster. It
Right.
does not have that component that engages you
It goes
as
from being
much.
fun to being work.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a very good
a good way to put it,
analogy.
yeah.
It becomes a chore.
Right.
Like, I have to do this. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, yeah, but I enjoy getting online with my friends in Ventrilo, TeamSpeak, Discord, whatever, and being a part of that raid. Well, that's still going to be the focus and the component of it, except now it's going to be challenging enough to where you're going to need to pay attention, you're going to need to become prepared, you're going to experience a new thing.
Yeah, the hope is that when we get to that point, there will be no such phrase as "we have it on farm." Right?
Yes.
So.
Yes, and I know every single large guild raider is like, but I like having things on farm. Well, if you want to have it on farm, it's going to be very, very difficult. Okay, Zeki the Phoenix. How will you balance legendary items? I think the community speculated that legendaries would have a limited amount of time that they are alive for. I personally think that if legendaries are temporary, it would lessen the value of them substantially. How do you guys plan to implement them in a way that makes people want to grind for months and months to achieve this legendary item? Having them be breakable seems like a bad idea. Gone forever. Well, so your first part of your question is, how will you balance legendary items? I think that the balance in legendary items is the amount of effort, time, and skill it takes to achieve the item.
Right, and then also the fact that there is only one of them.
Exactly, right. Or very, very few of them, right, depending on what it is. I think that in and of itself is a balance component, right? And you need to make sure that the players who are striving for those legendary things and who are devoting the time, energy, resources in order to achieve them are accurately rewarded with their power.
Right.
Right? So we do not intend on having legendary items that are temporary.
Right. Well, I mean, there might be some, but not like that.
But not,
Temporary would be in their nature, right?
That's true. Like we have legendary mounts that drop as an egg or something, and they live for a period of time and then they're gone. Like that's a legendary item that would be temporary. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Next question. From Unknown System Error. Asks, can we get clarification that citizenship will only be gained through housing? A simple yes or no will settle the debate. So I know that early on, I will give you a yes or no, but let me just think through this. I know that early on we stated that in order to become a citizen, you will need to own a home. And that home can either be a freehold, it could be a static house in the node, or it could be as part of an instanced apartment building, so to speak. I do not know if we will stick to that. It depends on testing. There may be, in addition to owning a home, there may be a number of citizenship tickets that a node has granted at a certain stage that don't require homes.
Yeah, I mean, it really just depends on how, we want these places to be populated and people to be attracted to them. And so right now we think housing is enough for that, but we don't want to design ourselves into a corner where we don't have any other options. So the hope is that, yes, citizenship will be only gained through housing, with our caveat that if that doesn't work well, we'll change it.
And that's the whole purpose of testing, right? Like that's why we test these things, because to us on paper in design it sounds like it's fine,
right?
But exactly, you have 8,000, 10,000 players on at a given time, and only 1% can afford or build homes at the time.
And that's not cool. And we want most people to be able to participate in this stuff.
Right.
So.
Yes. Okay. So I'm sorry. I guess I didn't end up saying yes or no at that.
I did though.
Soft yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Just like
Soft yes.
No,
Soft Peter.
yeah, perfect.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Okay.
Hello.
Well,
Okay, Cobra King. How will the freehold blueprints work? Some kind of Minecraft building system? Ha ha.
Not like Minecraft, but a little bit similar to Minecraft. It'll be more like Tetris. It'll be more like Tetris, where you have different buildings have different shapes.
You're talking about the adjacency bonuses,
Yes.
right?
Well, adjacency bonuses is like how you fit everything in, right?
Got it. Yeah. But the freehold blueprints themselves, like those.
Just placing down the plot. It's
yes.
just how you'd picture it.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then additionally, like how you find those blueprints. You can purchase them from certain merchants. You can acquire them through acquisition inside of societies or religions. You can be granted them by progress in quests. You can find them as drops. You can craft the blueprints. A lot of different ways to get the blueprints. All right. Uh-oh. I think
Is it
that's
me?
Jeff.
What did I do?
My mic is very
free flow.
clearly
Hang on.
freeform.
Yeah, mine's kind of
I'm floating mine. I'm floating mine.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's probably me.
Oh, Jeff. Jeff.
All right.
Okay, Kaileron asks, I apologize if that's how you pronounce it. I remember seeing a beautifully designed cove with boats in it from one of the videos.
yeah.
And I know Steven said that boats will basically be more like a button push summons, only able to launch on land near water, I assume. While, will we still have harbors to put our boats in? It doesn't make much sense that we can put a fleet of boats in our pockets. Well, magic. Not talking the cosmetic skins for the boats, but are limited to the amount of gatherables unless it's a type figurine. So boats can only be summoned from land. The purpose of that is, again, if you win a battle at sea, that battle should be decisive and give time for you to accomplish whatever you're attempting to accomplish before you can have retribution from the opponents you've defeated.
Right.
Additionally, will there be harbors that boats can go in? Absolutely, there will be harbors that boats can go inside of. Those will be present along the coast. Harbors can pop up as a result of a node being developed nearby if it's near the coast, or if a node itself is on the coast, it can have a harbor component to it. There will likely be quests that are granted from this harbor, specifically with regards to the sea and sea content. And what you can do in this harbor will be a lot of different things, including upgrades to the boats. And did we talk about the...
I don't know.
have we talked about...
I'm not sure.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. Nice. I'm talking about the, you know,
I don't know.
the seamanship progression thing.
Oh no, we haven't talked about
We
that.
have not talked
no,
about
I don't
that.
think so.
Bad, super bad again.
It's not me this time.
Is it me?
Might be you. Yeah.
Is it your
probably
beard?
'cause-
Oh my god. No, I beard.
No, it's because it's the shirt. There we go.
Okay.
That might be better.
Testing. 1.
Should we like do one of these things?
Sure.
Is this staticky?
This is the mic just scraping.
Is this
Hold
staticky?
on.
I fixed mine.
I'm fixing mine.
Mine's free floating.
Mine was free floating.
Mine's
but
hanging
then
out.
it delved deep into the depths of the sweater. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Is that better? Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Don't move.
Yeah, just don't move.
I'm not moving. I can't not move. I'm very animated. I'm like 1/17 Italian. Okay. So, what was I talking about? Oh, the seamanship stuff. So, ships will have piloting skills, will have different classes among the ships that are present, but additionally, they'll have utility and weaponry that is capable of being implemented onto the ship. And your
trying to think, where was I when I was 19? It's a long
You were
time ago.
19? God, I was 19.
It says we're back. Hello,
Hello?
we're back.
Oh my God, we made it!
Wow.
From the ether. From the
No
shadow realm.
idea what just happened.
We got lost in the internet somewhere.
We were lost in the ether of the internet.
The stream keeps decided it wasn't going to work anymore.
Oh, the stream key apparently decided it didn't want to work anymore. So I don't know where we left off.
Me either.
I know we were
I don't
talking.
either.
We were talking about seamanship.
Yeah.
Oh, we were?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And what were we talking? Guys, we're so
Miller.
sorry. This is. I just was telling to Jeff and Peter. I feel like we were back in our stream days of the Kickstarter.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were having like major difficulties. Although we've never really gone down like that, so apologize.
Kind of weird.
But we will. Okay, I see everybody is being their mature internet selves with the seamanship.
Ah, yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
What should we call them? Boatsmen?
Boatsman.
Boatsmen.
Your boatsman skill.
Boatsman. Your boatsman skill There you go.
Your boat skill.
Your boat skill.
Boat skill.
B skill. Skill.
Your skill.
With skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, hopefully this is not doing the thing again. But
You're gonna kick us off Twitch again.
I know. So I don't know where we left off, but you will advance part of Ashes of Creation is the fact that there are many different progression paths, right? You have your adventuring class progression, you have your society progression, you have your religious progression, you have your node progression, you have your crafting progression, you have your weapon progression, you have your seamanship or boatsmanship progression. And what that entails is among the different classes that are available out on the boats that you'll be able to have in Ashes of Creation, there are also components that exist in the hull of the ship. And those components could be weapons, they could be defensive, they could be utility-based, they could be trade-based, and also piloting the ship as well. So part of the boatsman ship class...
Look how quickly you did that.
I know, right? Is that as you gain experience in handling these different components, you will become more adept at using them, which will make you a more sophisticated mariner on the sea.
Mariner, I like
Oh, there
that.
you go, mariner.
Right.
Yeah.
The mariner class.
Yeah.
Boom. Look at that. Did it live. All right. Do it live. Okay. So anyways, do you want to talk a little bit about like what that entails?
So again, the idea is that you can spec into and kind of create your own class based on what things you're doing on the boat, right? Like what do you like doing on the boat, and how do you get better at doing boaty things?
I'm just sorry, I'm reading what they're saying. Go ahead.
So again, it's going to be very similar in structure to like the artisanship tree. So you'll have your mariner class. You'll have different trees in that class. You know, whether it's gunnery, whether it's piloting, whether it's navigation, whether it's repairing the boat, that kind of thing. So the more you go out in the sea, the more you get experience for it, the more you can spec into that class. And that's going to be kind of how it works.
There we go. All right, we have the next question. Boy, that was a long question. I forgot that was actually a question. Was that a question?
It was a question. I don't think it started as a question.
No, I don't think so.
Let's start about our boats in the harbor.
Oh, okay, there we go. Okay.
New class, everybody.
Carthos. With Kickstarter, we earn social organizations, such as the Thieves Guild. Are these planned to be NPC managed and players simply do a quest chain or pay a membership to be included, or will they be player run with members being able to elect leaders and direct the organizations that they see fit? So, to start, they will be NPC run, and they will always have an NPC component to its direction. However, there will be ranks that certain members on a server can attain, which will give some direction ability over the organization and what its directives are.
It will always be keyed to that specific organization too, so it won't be like the Thieves Guild starts doing magey things, right? They'll retain their identity. You won't really necessarily be able to make choices that go outside of that identity. But yeah, you can focus other players' quests and stuff the way you want to.
Absolutely, yes, and that's a cool component. Is kind of being a driving and directing force behind, even though your choices are restricted to within that identity. But excuse me, Ashlyn May. At what stage does a node begin to inhibit the development of neighboring nodes, level 3 or 4? Soon after we all return to Vera and develop all nodes in a specific region to level 3, are there any gaps between their zones of influence where freeholds cannot be placed, or when a region's nodes all reach level 3, can we place our freeholds everywhere? So, first part of that question is, nodes begin to influence their neighboring nodes at level 0.
Level 1.
Level 1. Will there be gaps between zones of influence? No. Zones of influence connect fully across the world. There is not a space where you will move into, do something, and no node will get that
experience. Right. Now, that doesn't mean that there won't be nodes that are stuck at level 0.
Oh, yeah.
Right, that will still happen.
Yes. Can there be areas where freeholds are not placed? Yes, freeholds cannot be placed on roads. They can't be placed inside of dungeons or points of interests. But generally, they're a very open world feel. It's not going to be like other games that many of you have probably played, where this is a designated square where all housing must go for the zone.
Right.
It's going to be more freeform than that. You will have, outside of specific terrain actors and or points of interest or roadways, pretty much you can place it down.
Yep.
Okay. A question from Autumn Leaf. Can dead players be made into undead by necromancers? Answer is no. Void Shadow.
Good band though.
Yeah. Void Shadow. Will the Ashes of Creation tree, the one in your logo that looks like a phoenix, be in the game? If so, what significance will it hold? Lore question. Can't answer that one. Also, can a faster growing node zone of influence start to take over a smaller node's zone of influence? So larger nodes can enslave lesser nodes.
They will. They will
Yes,
enslave.
absolutely.
So
Well, if they're within.
if they're
the
within the
Yeah.
So I'm this size. I'm this size. This one grows. Whoop, it eats that one. So now this zone of influence doesn't really exist. It's this zone of influence. That
But we have
exists.
a very specific algorithm that dictates how that progression works. It's not something we'll reveal, but if you have a map and on that map you have a node in the center, and as Jeff described, there's a smaller node, let's say a size 3 and a size 4 here, and this one's going to pop to 5, but there's 2 other options, right? Then our algorithm takes into account a few things before determining in what direction
Right.
that node will expand and take over.
Yeah. So it might be the case. This one's fine.
Yes, exactly. BC Giant, will A1 have set time slot or will it be open testing? Excuse me. It will have both time slots as well as long period testing that we'd
Yeah.
like to test the server.
We'll probably start out with time slots first
Yes.
until we get stability
Weekends.
worked out, and then we'll go into longer form after
Right.
that.
Our goal is to have several weeks of consistent play at the
Mm-hmm.
end of that testing that we can bang our chests about. Ash1 asks, I have a post-siege question. Will we be seeing rubble or will it be neat and tidy? Speaking for myself, I'd prefer to see rubble. So this is after a siege.
Yeah.
I see. Sure.
Yeah, so
You'll probably see rubble for a while, but it can't be persistent
No.
in that sense.
it would probably be till the end of the first week where they have the time to get the
Yeah.
node progressed.
At some point, we have to clean it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it gets real messy real fast. There will just be disaster everywhere.
Right.
There will be a period of time at which you will likely see rubble following a siege, and that period of time will likely end once the first week's task is complete. That time is complete for the guild who owns the new castle or the existing incumbent guild to develop that node A in the triad node.
Oh, I think they were talking about all the nodes, not just.
Oh, all the code? Oh, okay. Oh,
Any siege, right?
Oh, they're talking about nodes. I thought sieging. I was thinking castles.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm sorry. So rubble around nodes. Ah, I see.
Yeah. So timing on that, not quite sure, but we do want people, after a big event like that has happened, to see the kind of the after effects of that. So
Yeah.
we'll persist it for some unknown period of time.
Yeah. Ash1 asks, Ash1, you're asking a second question. Very
Two
well.
questions.
We'll give it to you. When a node devolves, will we see evidence of it at one time being greater?
That would be harder to do.
Yeah.
Don't know that we would do that. Obviously, that would be rad, but I don't
not in
know
scope at
that
the
we
moment.
could. Yeah,
Could
It'd be tough to
quickly
make happen.
compound to be a problem.
Yes, that could be an issue. We'd have to, yeah. Okay, Kaylez asks, can we have more info on Head Start? And if you will sell them, seeing
Head
as they
Start,
are
ooh.
not Kickstarter exclusives. We had a 2-day Head Start in some of the Kickstarter packages where nodes are disabled for development. We don't have more info on the Head Start right now. I'm not sure if you'll ever see them again. We will see on that.
Yeah, probably much closer to launch.
Absolutely. How much of the map can we expect to be classed as hunting grounds? How much of the map will be corruption enabled? Classed as hunting grounds. How much?
That's
A
tough.
good percentage? Like hunting grounds as in like there's monsters here.
Right.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
percentage.
A good percentage.
Most of it.
Most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's tough.
I feel like the question is going for something else, but I'm not quite sure I understand.
How much of the map will be corruption enabled? All of it?
You can get corruption anywhere.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Maybe ask another question. We
Yeah.
can,
Okay.
I feel like I'm missing it.
The DA, I too would like to, the district attorney, lol. I too would like to know if other people
You
will
just said
get,
lol.
I know, Oh, I know. I say that sometimes.
He didn't even laugh. He just
Well,
laughed.
it's like it's not. It hasn't gotten quite there to get a laugh, but it's gone enough that I say I recognize your
I
comedy.
see. I see.
There you go.
Yes,
I'm not gonna laugh out loud.
but
I'm
I
gonna
will
will.
say lol. No, I don't know why I do that. Okay, I too would like to know if other people will get access to the 2-day head start. A lot of guildies were not able to make kicks, blah blah blah.
So we
Okay,
already got that.
so got that one. Saint Joanna. Will there be wind, water, and nature growth magic? And if these forms of magic will come to the game, is it possible to create a class fully using one of these elements? Yes. And then the secondary question, have you considered using Epic's work on Paragon to your advantage, seeing as their combat characters, animation, motion capture skills were all made using UE4? So first part of that question, will there be elemental magic? The answer
There will
is
definitely be
yes,
elemental
there's
magic.
elemental magic.
Whether those specific elements will probably have air and
I'm
water.
not quite sure what that
Nature/growth magic, like
Nature might be
rise the
something
vines and
different.
entangle you.
like druidic.
Yeah, druidic stuff. There will be those forms of magic. Can you create a class fully using one of those elements? No, probably not fully, but you could assign augments per se.
Yeah, mostly you could probably do it.
Yeah.
It'd be some hoop jumping.
But like, if I have a teleport, how do I make my teleport? Like, I mean, well, yeah, you could do it. Leave
I
behind.
mean, you'd probably, like I said, you'd probably have to be careful about what you're choosing.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Let me skip ahead a little bit because there's 3 pages, we won't be able to get to all of them, but I don't want to just stay
Is
on.
Discord asking questions?
And I'm sure Discord is asking a lot of questions. So, just because I like this person's name, his name is Warbacon. Nice. Thank you. See, you said lol too. There you go. Will achievements be locked by character, account, or a mix of both?
Well, achievement? Okay.
So I imagine
character,
there'll be,
account, or a
there'll be
mix of
both
both.
account achievements and character.
Well, yeah, probably a mix of both.
Yeah.
All right, next one is Kolbstein. Hi, I'm Kolbstein from the Brazilian community, and I would like to know if you have plans to launch a server for South America. We have plans to address the launch in communities and regions that warrant it through following and
Right.
Participation.
right, community participation. So the answer is tentatively yes, because we do believe currently our traffic does show a large support of Brazilian commerce.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Let's go with DM Gavin. With gathering and crafting, I assume there will be mechanics in place where some things can only be gathered or found in wild, undeveloped nodes. Will there be some method to keep these wild nodes wild, such as quests for rangers and druids, and similar to assist the wildlife instead of civilization? A freeholder in the middle of a dozen wild nodes they gather in could be easily forced out of areas and constantly having to move shop without some way to maintain the wild state. What do you think?
So there, not really.
No.
Not like that.
Want to destroy nodes.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Right.
kind of where you'd have to go with that. You can't. So, I think what he's asking is like, could you, like, that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not the way that you're thinking of.
Okay, let me go to Discord. Do I have Discord on this thing?
I don't know.
Donde Style Discord.
There it is.
Oh. Found it. Got him.
God.
All right. We have a channel called Livestream QA. All right. Let me see what we got here. Okay. First question from Imp Lolly. First. Oh, this isn't a question. No question. Just wanted to say we love you. P.S. Send nodes. Nice. Thank you, Lolly.
Yes.
We love you guys too. And that's very inappropriate. Okay, let's see. Next question. Menace, will players be able to mail resources to their allies across nodes? You will not be able to mail resources.
Nope.
No.
If you want to give it to one of your friends, you're gonna have to get on your horse, make a caravan, move it on over.
And then, or if it's enough to carry personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Question. Will there be gifting in the store soon? From Chili. No, not
I see.
soon. And I don't know if we'll allow for gifting.
It's tough.
It's so scary because it helps to facilitate, you know, real money transactions. But we'll see. I'm kind of conflicted on that.
Yeah, we've had a lot of conversations about this.
Yeah. Okay, next question. Question was that's not all sorts. Jalon. Sorry. What is the key function of the devs in France and Malaysia? France is engineering and Malaysia is art. So those are their functions. Conjunction function. What's your function?
Nice.
Nice. Oh no. Okay. Next question. Let's see. We have a question from Jay Alabaster. Will there be glow in the dark eyes? In the dark dyes.
What?
Where? What?
I don't know.
Okay. Will there be glow in the dark eyes?
In the dark dyes.
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 Oh, okay, sure.
Will there be glow?
In the
I
dark
see.
dyes.
There can be.
Like Glow Haven.
It's solid.
Sorry. Shout out.
Shout out to the game. It's a solid game.
Okay. Will there be glow in the dark dyes?
Glow in the dark dyes. Oh, glow in the dark dyes. Oh, okay.
I still don't know, so go ahead.
It's like something that glows in the dark.
So like kind
like
of
a
like
light.
the underrealm
light stick.
vegetation, how
Yeah.
it glows. It's like that. Right?
Oh, like emissives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. There'll be emissives.
Probably.
In the game.
Almost certainly. We love a miss.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Question from Deaglerk. Or Deagle RK. I can't tell. Will Kickstarter get the chance to continue upgrading until almost release of the game?
Will Kickstarter?
I saw this on Discord the other day. They were asking like, we're going to suspend sale of Alpha 1 for Intrepid packs, but will Kickstarter and summer backers be able to continue to upgrade their
Oh,
tiers?
gotcha.
So that's really going to depend. It's going to depend on how much room we have left, and there will be a point at which there's not enough room left. But I'll make that announcement at least a couple of weeks ahead of time.
Yeah.
To give you guys a warning. Okay, here we go. Next one. Complain. VIP Complain. Oh, his name's Complain. Nice. Will there be shipping to Europe soon on the merchant shop? The tough thing about shipping, and I know I've said this in our Discord, is that we don't set the shipping rates, and we don't feel comfortable charging the shipping rates that UPS or FedEx or whoever charges. They're
tough.
really, really high. And even though we've negotiated with them to bring them down, they're still really, really high. So unless we have a distribution node in those territories to ship from, and we can ship in bulk to them, and then they ship from, which may come down later in the soon.
Yeah.
Right now we can't facilitate that and feel good
That's
about
kind
it.
of out of our hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord Eru, do you guys take interns? We have taken interns.
We have.
Yes, I think we've had a total of like 4 or 5 interns,
Yeah.
I
right?
think so. Yeah.
All local. We tend to shop locally. There's a whole process for it. and
There's
an
a
interview and
question
everything.
from some guy named Elfstone. It's a very funny question. Will there be an in-game event for Steven's birthday? Hashtag Hail Steven Savior MMOs. Hashtag Bless My Sandals.
Nice.
Those are some good hashtags.
Those are great
Now we kinda have to.
hashtags.
Yeah.
Maybe we should. Maybe we should have a sandal cake in game.
Sandal monster.
And we'll have like
Sandal monster.
dinosaurs.
Oh, that'd be great.
dinosaur day.
With a sword.
It'd be all plastic.
Nice.
Irish Insanity asks, can you tell us anything about Daybreak and PlanetSide? No.
What?
We suggest you ask Daybreak about PlanetSide.
Why would we?
I
No.
have no idea. Okay, Flennis2 asks, I got a question. Given that cosmetic items are going to be available from some kind of cash store, will there be a way to craft cosmetic items and costumes that look better than the cash shop items? Absolutely. Yes. The cash shop...
Better is in the eye of the beholder, though.
Well, right. In which
Right.
case,
Yeah.
yes.
It's not like we're going to put more work into
Yes, there you go.
the visuals of what's on.
That's
It's just
exactly
it will be items that are different. Than,
The important thing is that the cash shop is not intended to be a area where, cosmetics in the game that's achievable and craftable are crap, and the only good-looking ones you're going to get are from the
Right.
cash shop. No, not at all. That is not at all the case.
It's not the plan.
The plan is that cash shop cosmetics will be limited in quantity, limited in time for purchase. They will be unique, but you will also have extremely difficult to gain cosmetics in game, as well as unique cosmetics that look great and better. It'll be a varying degree each month,
Right.
whatever comes out there. But there will be a lot of cosmetics that are achievable in the game because that is a very fun aspect of MMO play. That's role playing.
yeah.
Role play. Okay. Let's see. We have time for a couple of more questions.
We did go down for a while.
We did go down for a while. There you go. Yeah, we can take a little bit more time. Okay. Question from. Okay. AJTV asks, how exactly are you planning to balance the 64 classes?
With some dice. Let them
Throw it,
fly.
Throw it. No.
Yahtzee.
Some people will think that's true.
No, it's not easy, man. It's a lot of different things to look at. We've tried to constrain ourselves with the augment system to kind of baseline power so that it doesn't get out of control. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of Excel tables, a lot of play tasting.
And I think we said this in the past. Our balance formula is around group v
Right.
group interactions.
It's not one-to-one, right?
Not one-to-one. It's group v group. Additionally, our approach from a base class archetype is a rock paper scissors type of
Right.
balancing scenario where it's understood that some classes will be the bane of others,
Right.
and vice versa. So it's going to be very conditionally set for you and the encounter you're experiencing,
Right.
To determine
And
your
your opponents.
efficacy. And
The
your
goal,
opponents.
though, is to make sure that the mage ball doesn't happen, right?
Absolutely.
Like that's the goal. Is that balanced parties are king, and that
Yes.
If class distribution is relatively
Right.
equal, it's
Yeah.
balanced, yeah.
Right. Okay. Question from Yukapom. Yukapom asks, will we have a crosshair for action combat? Will there be a reticle?
Funny that you asked that.
That is very funny because currently
We have a reticle.
we have a reticle when we're testing out the action combat.
Yeah. We found out it was really necessary for a lot of the stuff that we're trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
You really need to know where your stuff is going. So,
Yeah. And one of the things we were discussing with regards to when we take that action combat and bring it into the Ashes of Creation combat as a balance between tap targeting and action, will we have a reticle hotkey that brings you into the reticle?
it'll probably, yeah. I mean, it'll probably be on a case-by-case basis in terms of what stuff you have slotted, what options you've made available for yourself. But yeah, we want it to feel really smooth, and we don't want you to see the reticle at all, right? If you're doing tab-targeted stuff, all of a sudden there's a reticle there when you throw a thing. We want it to be there when you need it. So
Right, when you need it. And then even also giving the option to the player if they want to play in reticle
yeah,
mode.
they just want to have it on all the time too.
Because I know, in another game like Guild Wars 2, they implemented a reticle mode, I believe
Yeah.
it was. And it looked pretty cool. I think it was Guild Wars 2.
Yeah.
Was it
The
Guild
main
Wars 2?
thing, the main problem, or not problem, I guess, is just the balance is trying to make sure that this stuff doesn't get in the way and it all feels natural and good when you're playing it. So.
Okay, question from Elfstone. Will it be easy to get lost in AOC's world, just like how it was easy for the stream to get lost earlier today?
Nice.
It's a good question. Real spicy.
else?
Touche. Touche, sir. The answer is yes. It'll be
Yes.
easy for you to get lost in AOC.
Yeah.
That is our goal from an exploration standpoint. Jeff is a huge wanderlust.
Yep. I'm the guy who's going to be out there wandering I'm not going to be worried about leveling up nodes. I just want to find out what's out there.
There you go, explore.
Except I can't be the first because I already know where everything is.
Sad.
Can't play this game like a player, unfortunately.
Asgarath asks, will it be possible to destroy the entire server?
Like literally.
Like
you
literally,
trip over it?
like you just like Vera explodes.
Right. Gotcha.
No.
What?
We'll probably do that ourselves.
They did. Good. Nice.
Many times we'll probably do that.
Yes.
No.
No, it's just like a server reset. Like, you
You beat the game.
You ended the game. You lost.
You lost.
Everybody.
I've been arguing for this as something I want to do
Oh my
in an
gosh.
MMO. Is an MMO that actually has a win condition or a lose condition.
Oh my god.
Something I want to build eventually one day, but not this day.
It's tough.
That's tough because you're like the little guy who's working so hard to
Yeah,
make
well,
it
I mean,
work.
the time horizon needs to be short, right? It
Now
can't be
you're
a
floating in
10-year game.
space.
And then you start over again. You try to win next time.
And you're like, the never-ending story on your little
I know,
asteroid
yeah.
planet. Sad. Okay. Fun. All right. Next question from Andrew John Regan. Is it possible to clone bacon and have a workforce of bacons?
I wish. I really wish that was
Humans have
possible.
technology, yeah.
I think we do actually.
You think so?
I think there is a clone human out there. I really do.
Imagine the Discord conversation.
Is it Michael Bacon
true.
though?
Is it bacon?
Is that clone
no,
person
it
Michael
couldn't
Bacon?
be bacon.
Why not?
He's a one of a kind.
So we think.
So you dun dun dun. Okay. Next question from Paka. Oh, Paka. I think I know Paka. Paka, we might have played Arcade together. I don't know. I knew Paka there. And I believe he was. No, I don't know. Are you going to release an Ashes of Creation Pathfinder or D&D kit?
What?
So
No.
interesting.
It's a plant.
That's how I feel. Like,
Right.
No, it was.
was there even a Paka?
Yeah, right
Does
there.
Paka exist?
Are you going to release Ashes of Creation Pathfinder
Oh.
D&D kit? Yeah. Okay, so I think I may have mentioned this in the past.
Maybe.
Yeah,
possible.
where I talked about wanting to stream a D&D Pathfinder session with the devs, like once every couple weeks
Yeah.
or something, where I DM it and it's in the Ashes of Creation world, either before the fall or after, right, or a little bit of both, with some time play. But I was talking about this last night, and I think I don't know. I'd love to get the community's feedback on this. So if you think this is a good idea, let me know. If you don't think it's a good idea, let me know that as well. But part of being able to kind of trickle out some lore, instead of giving you the grand old overview, giving you from the perspective of people in that story through a D&D or Pathfinder campaign with the devs, I thought it could be a cool idea to run that campaign and do a session every couple weeks or so, where I have all the devs kind of go on a list of participating, and we take 6 at a time, and if you die, you're out, a new dev comes in, and there be rewards and artifacts in the campaign where if a dev finds it, it's like a real life reward, like $1,000, bonus or something.
I'd play that. I'd play that.
I think that'd be so cool. It'd make it maybe a little cutthroat, but at least it'd be cool for the viewers to like root on some
Right.
devs and like follow along that way. I don't know. It was the thing I was thinking about, so I'm cool. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me know if you think that's something that we should do. Everybody's like, nope, don't do it. Okay, let's see. Next one. Okay, we'll go with one more question. One more question. A lot of people are telling me my mic is broken. I hope it's still not broken. Okay, let me go to the bottom because I feel bad we're all answering. Oh my gosh, this guy posted like 20 questions. All right, here is
Make it a good one, Steve.
I'm trying to. The last
Don't disappoint us.
question of the stream.
So much pressure.
I know. Stop. I can't think. Who? All right. Here's the last question. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to find this. Okay, last question from Jeppy. Will there be different levels of caravans?
Yes.
Correct. You have one.
Did I win $1,000?
You know, you won the sword. The sword
The
of
sword.
Jeffrey.
I was wondering where it was.
Well done, sir. That's
so
very
we were wondering.
powerful.
It does light up.
That's
Hang
very,
on.
actually, I'll have you guys know.
No, it does light
up.
Bacon got me this cake today. Oh my God!
Yes!
It does light up.
I told you.
I thought it would like strobe.
What if like
I thought
a
it was
kid
syrup, too,
swallowed
actually.
the battery out of that or something?
You can't open it. You have to break it. It's
Have you
okay.
seen the mouth of
You know,
kids? Bite
I've
that
had
thing
these as
off.
kids. I've never swallowed a battery.
Oh wow.
It's never happened.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tough.
I don't swallow batteries often.
Okay, maybe. Yeah. Anyways, yes, there are levels of caravans. Not only are there levels of caravans, but there are also components to caravans that can be higher level, greater power, greater strengths, different materials used to create them, different chassis. You know, caravans are kind of like a character,
Yeah.
right?
You're going to build it.
Yes. Yeah.
You're going to build it the way you want to.
Very good. Should we cut a piece of cake to end the
Sure.
thing?
Here you go. Do the honor.
What kind of cake is this, Bacon? You don't know what kind of cake
No
it
idea.
is?
Red velvet something.
Do you want an
red
Allosaurus? This is an Allosaurus.
Is it? How do you know?
Because it looks like an Allosaurus.
It's
It's
a
like
good
a
reason.
lizard thing.
Most dinosaurs look like lizard things.
Well, that's not entirely true. But
I think it is entirely
probably
true.
is. Okay, so guys, we have a lot of work planned for this month. We will be prepping for showing off some combat and gameplay next stream, which will be the first week of next month. This is a really difficult thing to cut with.
I'm watching
Fun
you.
to watch.
Yeah, it doesn't actually just stay like. It's
You're
kinda-
gonna break it.
It bends. So we.
Cake's over now.
I would like to let you know, thank you guys for tuning in. Honestly, the support from our community is the driving force behind the development of this game. Oh
is
my
invaluable.
God, I
You're
almost
gonna-
just dropped that.
Hang on.
There you go.
Oh my God,
There's
that's a
your
huge piece.
Have a piece of cake.
Let them eat
Why,
it.
thank you.
Look what you've done.
Piece of candy.
Okay. Anyways,
I don't know why I get it.
well, you wanted
It's
the
your
cake.
cake.
You took the sword. You grabbed X.
No, you gave me the sword.
Okay, it's
it was a gift because
So-
I won the session.
We are
I got the relic.
excited to show you guys the work we've been doing.
I feel weird. eating
And
on
yeah.
camera. Here,
Why are you giving me the cake?
I feel weird eating on
All
camera.
right, fine. I will have a piece of cake.
There you go.
It's red velvet. It's really good. All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We will see you next time very soon. Have an awesome July. We will see you all soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.